Like, I feel like the games, like, they don't have to impress you as much as other games do in order to be as impressive, if you know what I mean.
You know, I do know what you mean, and you're absolutely right. There's definitely some unique strengths that VR has as a game, but, like, let me just, for this very trailer that is in the description for Half-Life Alyx or whatever, like, at 55 seconds, right, there's a little clip where the guy, like, leans over, he looks through an area, he sees a couple Combine soldiers, and then what happens, the problem is I don't believe that this is going to be the game, or it's going to be as, like, intense as it looks. He sees these soldiers, he leans over to the bookshelf, he pushes a bunch of items aside to reveal there are bullets behind it. He then, like, picks them up, like, clearly using a VR hand, he reaches over, grabs it, like, opens the gun, puts the bullet in the gun, then, like, lowers the thing, cocks it, and then turns around and, like, shoots a Combine who has, like, just noticed it. I do not believe that the game is, like, going to, in a high-paced, satisfying way, expect you to do all those things in, like, such rapid succession.
Well, I mean...
I think they're presenting basically a falsehood in this trailer.
I don't think... I mean, I saw that as well.
Yeah.
I didn't think that... Because I've used these sorts of controllers a little bit. If, you know, they're kind of bulky and they sort of wrap around your hand.
Yeah.
If you were trying to do that in like, with your actual hands, you'd knock the controllers against each other.
Right.
I feel like some of that must have been like an animation. Like, the reloading and the cocking was just probably him pressing a button to get it, you know, loaded.
And you know, there's another one right after this. See, I felt a little bit manipulated. Maybe you're right, and but because it's VR, I feel like at least this trailer is giving, like, false hope for the things you can do. When it's this like, intellectual cap of, like, functionality that whatever I'm thinking about lately, that's like, I know that things are only going to get so complex, and there's a shot right after that where, like, I mean, what's the best
like,
VR game ever made? I would bet it's significantly less complex than what's being showed off in this trailer.
People really like Super Hot. That's a pretty super hot
and that game is way less complex than the one reloading animation that you do in this very trailer. And maybe it's a button, but it's clearly designed in this trailer to make it look like you're doing this stuff in VR with the way, at least for that reloading section.
I mean, is that going to, like, if the reloading is, like, not as complex as you would like, are you going to, like, throw your controller down, like, fuck this shit,
what I will be
storm out?
is mad that they did basically false advertising, because it clearly looks like that's, I mean, I know it's complicated, it's hard to tell what is being promised and what isn't, but, like, looking at this, my instincts first told me that's what's being presented here, and I'm relatively savvy on these things, so I just feel that it's not crazy to think that this is kind of a intentional sequence. Maybe it's just a fucking cutscene, I guess, but then, like, this is a VR game. Why are we showing off cutscenes?
All right.